Welcome to the final episode in this series of videos exploring southern Utah. In this episode, we will focus on the many Pueblo and Anasazi ruins that are in the area. Good morning. Today is Monday, May 10th. And the plan for today is to go up on that ridge in front of us. It's called Comb Ridge. Once we cross Comb Ridge, we'll stop at some ancient ruins that are tucked into the caves and overhangs along its length. And we're coming out to pavement. We'll turn onto Utah Highway 95 and go up through that break in the mountains.
So we're going to get on the highway. There's a cliff dwelling on the left. I think it's going to be more like a park after we cross Comb Ridge.
Sounds good. Nice view down in the valley. Oh man, they just cut their way through this. And we're going to swing in here and go look at some ruins. Ruins or cliff dwellings, one of the two. Probably the same thing. How about ruined cliff dwellings? The trail to the ruins had a good sign explaining biological soil crusts and why they are important. There were lots of wildflowers on the half-mile hike to the ruins overlook. The ruin dates to the 1200s and was built by the Anasazi into the natural caves that made it easily defendable. The inhabitants probably farmed the wash below the ruins. We turned off the highway just north of the ruins and are now on the road through Comb Wash. I can see that Kurt is waiting for me at the turn. Sure is pretty out there. Interesting thing about this road is that it has a state highway number. And that's probably why it's in such good shape, because they take care of it. Either the state or the county. We turned off the main road onto a spur road that led to a parking area. From there we hiked up the trail to the cliff dwellings. The caves were large enough for a small village. Unfortunately, there is very little left to be viewed at the site. The site has a good view down the valley. On the way back to the main cave, we spotted another smaller ruin tucked under a cliff face. And we're continuing south towards the San Juan River, and we'll probably stop at some additional ruins to take a look and see what kind of shape they're in. This is definitely a fun road to drive. It's smooth enough to have a little bit of speed and twisty enough to keep you on your toes, and the sand is slick enough to get just a little bit of slide out of it. My idea of fun driving. Well, we turned off of that road. Ooh, there's a big cave up there. And some people camped back here. Might be a cliff dwelling up there.
According to my map, that big hole up there should have cliff dwellings in it. I'll look at it through the binoculars.
Yeah, that's what I figured. The Monarch Cave ruins are very well preserved. Yeah, there's a bunch of pottery shards over here too. There are several small artifacts laying around. Be sure to leave the artifacts the way you found them so that others can enjoy seeing them too. The hand paintings were fairly high up on the wall. We think that this was a cook stove. The adobe coating on the walls was still visible in spots. We could not figure out what this was used for. It may have been used as a kiln or as an oven. There is a pretty good view from the cave. Okay, we just finished that hike to the ruins. They were quite nice. About a 2.5 mile hike. Well worth it. And right now we are continuing south. Going to go to the San Juan River and see the Sand Island Petroglyphs. The Sand Island Petroglyphs right near a boat landing apparently. Which would be nice because I'm going to get in the water. We stopped at another ruins before we got to the San Juan River. There's a hiking trail from the overlook down into the wash and then up to the ruin. We were running late, so we did not take it. We are back on the road headed for Sand Island. Headed for the boat launch in the San Juan River. There's about 11 different ruins on that road we just came off of. We didn't go see them all.
Of course, we're assuming there's swimmable water in this river.
I'll take wadeable.
Yeah, my feet could use it. My feet are telling me I hiked over 6 miles today.
I didn't realize we're that close to Canyon de Chelly.
Yeah, I guess we're real close to Four Corners in Arizona.
We pulled off the highway looking for a place to camp and swim. Well, welcome to the San Juan River. Let's go swimming. A stiff breeze ruined our plan to camp on the beach. After a quick soak in the river, we headed for the Sand Island campground and the Petroglyphs. Hundreds of petroglyphs are packed into the 100-yard-long stone wall. They are estimated to be between 300 and 3,000 years old, although some appeared to be much newer. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 11th, and we're just leaving our campsite on the San Juan River. Spent the night at the campground by the boat ramp. The wind was blowing, but it wasn't real dusty in the campground. Today the plan is to go to Overlanding and get gas and a few groceries, and then head out back out into the mountains. So that's the plan for today. It's supposed to be sunny, about 75. Nice pass through the mountains. Well, we got something burning up ahead. Oh, that's the transfer station. San Juan landfill. We got food and fuel in Blanding and are now taking the roundabout route to Monticello so we can see some more ruins. And so far on this road we've seen a ruin and an arch. The ruin wasn't much. just a single wall that was partially broken down. But it's nice to see them anyhow. It's nice to see the ruins because it reminds you that we are not the first ones to be in this area. We're just tourists along the way. Now we got a cattle right there. It's always weird to see a speed limit sign or a highway sign of some kind out here in the middle of nowhere. And back into a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. We turned off that high-speed gravel road and are now working our way north to Monticello, and we're in a canyon. We're going to be in a series of canyons all the way up. Montezuma Creek Road is what we're on, and I think we're in Montezuma Canyon. Oh, this is a nice little area. We are now moving into Tank Canyon. And now we're back in Montezuma Canyon. The first ruin that we stopped at appeared to be a granary. From the size of the cottonwood trees, it looks like this area gets quite a bit of water. Almost missed this one. These were quite deep. You're quite pretty. This one you can go down in. I went down the ladder of the restored Kiva. The roof was quite low and the benches looked more like sleeping nooks rather than seats. Another nice little area of cottonwoods. The next ruin looked like a granary. Got some petroglyphs. I was surprised to see 3 tiny arches across the road from the ruins. Of all the ruins we've seen, only the 3 Kiva has been called Anasazi. All the rest are unnamed as to which group of natives occupied them. Lots of different layers in that rock right there. Looks like we got some caves.
Apparently there was a little bit of uranium mining going on right here in one of these caves. Can't imagine a farmer built these caves.
Yeah, it's a nice little parking lot.
Seen those caves coming out of Moab towards Chicken Corners?
No, I haven't seen those.
Look a lot like this, but people built houses.
We think those caves in the rock, like those there and the ones that had the farm equipment parked in it, are from the uranium mining days. Yeah, there's definitely a building back underneath there. And a garage. This place is a lodge that was built into the uranium caves. We came around a corner and saw this old makeshift ladder going up the rock face. We decided to check it out, but couldn't figure out what it was for. We are climbing out of Montezuma Canyon on our way to Monticello. See if we can meet up with Bruce, make a few phone calls, and decide what we're doing tomorrow. This is a long way up. That might be those Sal Mountains. Well, welcome to Monticello. After we got fuel, we talked about the next part of our trip. It was at this point that I decided it was time to head home. Kurt headed west on his way to Beef Basin while I headed north to Moab. Good morning. It's Wednesday, I think it's the 12th, and I'm just leaving Moab on my way home. Cross the Colorado River, and we'll be all set. You're invited to tap the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series of videos showing our travels around southern Utah.